Go live. This is Rose. I've got this nice little thing named Elga up here, kind of making me look funny. And you're going to see videos about me just doing stuff to stay busy without being super busy because I am recovering after surgery. And one of the things I love to do is I love to crochet. And I love to use this yarn that is 100% cotton. And I make the granny cloths, like granny dishcloths. And so I found this pattern. It says chevron crochet dishcloth. It was at Michael's when I was looking for some new stuff. It does have a full pattern. Now, I normally just kind of improv it. I do a lot just by hand. But I must say, I think it looks pretty nice. So I got these two colors, and we're going to try it out. So we're going to see how this goes. And I think what we're going to start with, we'll start out with this one that is more, the one that's more just yellow and white to start with. And so it says, the only thing is that it does ask for a size H crochet hook. And I, for some reason, don't have an H with me. I did have an F, a G, a J, a K. So I'm using an I with me, actually, though. It seemed like a really good size. And it does have instructions that start out. Some of these instructions are a little bit off. A lot of times when I see patterns that I want to do, most of the time what I do is I look at the picture and I make it look like that. So the first row, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 32. Now, in case you haven't yet watched my other videos, I am left-handed. So the first thing I'm going to do is just start my little chain right there. And it does say to go ahead and chain 32. So here's one, and we're just going to keep going. So as we go on, we literally just pull it through. I do have another video about how to chain through, how to chain on as a left-handed person, because there are a lot of videos, but a lot of them are wrong. It just looks like a right-handed person. You're like, what is that? So far I've done, oh, I already lost track. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, still going, 16, 17, 18, 19. You're literally putting it through, and you just, I don't know if I can show that. You just pull it through and go to the next one, and you pull it through again. So easy. Now I lost track again. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we want 12 more. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, almost there. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Now, a quick side note, a lot of times when I do the granny towels, like the cloths, I'll knit them a lot because I think it's a lot faster when you're knitting, because I start with a corner. Sorry, I'm sitting outside by the street, so you might hear some streets going. But so you see, you would start with like 4, and then you build out from the corner. So that was the first one. And so now what it's saying is from the right side, one single chain in the second, and then the next 2. So it's saying to do 3, and then to go ahead and skip the next one. So it's supposed to look like a zigzag. I've never made one like this before. but I just had a tumor removed, so I've got a lot of life to just discover right now, so why not give it a try? Except now I just doubt I did the right one. Okay, so there's one, and then it's saying to do two, and three. So it's saying to do three, and then it says after that first one, so one single chain in the second chain from the hook, then one single chain in the next second. Skip the third one of the next one and then turn. So you do, it says 31 chain crochets. See, that seems off to me though, because when I look at this, it's like, well, what am I really seeing? And it does have this kind of up down thing going on. So now it looks like it's telling me to chain one, skip one, and then do three more. Although it could be do two more. No, do three more. So one, I recommend watching this on double speed, you know, just for fun. I know I'm sitting here with a big giant tumor on my head. It's kind of entertaining. I think it's entertaining. But so this is me starting this pattern. Kind of wonder how long it'll take. On this paper, it does say it'll take a few hours to make this, which just seems a little bit ridiculous to me. Because it normally doesn't take that long to make something like this whatsoever. Okay, so I just skipped another one. And we're gonna do three more singles. So we have one, still going. We have two. Just have this in front of my face so you can see what I'm doing. Three. And so every time you do three, what you're going to do is a chain. And you can kind of see the chains starting to come up. You can see the chains. So do a chain and then skip that one and do your single crochet into the next one. So I think that's one of the things that gives it the zigzag look. So there's our one, two, three. I really do love this yarn, by the way. It's 100% cotton, and it's like the best stuff ever if all you do is make the washcloths. So as someone who thought that they grew up with ADD, though it turns out may not actually even have it because they have a giant tumor, I would always like to do things that I could do pretty quickly. And with this, like with washcloths, you could always get so many done so fast, especially if you're just knitting it. Because like with the knitting, especially if you start, so you would start with like 4, you would knit 4 onto your needle, and then each time you go to the next row, you add 1 until you get to the max row, like the max number you want it to be, as wide as you want it to be. And then after that, once you get to your max, you just start taking them away. It's a lot of fun. So here we're about halfway. It does look like it's being slightly uneven, but the more I do it, the more even it'll look anyways. So we just did 3 more, so now we're going to do another chain. There we go. 1. So we're back to our single chains. Oh, missed it there. 1, 2. So I'd love to hear if anyone ever has any questions about being a medical student who crochets and knits, or is just someone who happens to have a big giant tumor. That's fun too. I've got lots of answers. I'll be learning more answers even more as we go. And right now I'm basically told to live an easy life and this is what I'm doing with myself because why not make something new? Okay, we're still going. So there's 3. So now we're going to do another chain. Now we have 3 more. Let me tell you, this first pattern, it's a little bit rough. But you know what? Considering it's been 8 days since I've had surgery and had 50% of my tumor removed, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I did try and take a nap earlier, but like my one ear that's on the side that my tumor is actually on kind of feels like it needs to pop a little bit just because there was so much action that happened there. But at the same time, like I feel pretty good. I did sleep a little bit. I move pretty slow, but at the same time, I'm able to speak just like I normally would. I'm able to eat a lot of the same foods, which when that tumor started to get really bad, I like could not eat anything. I freaking love Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A so much, but I tried having some chicken minis and I could not eat it. I thought I was gonna cry. I was so upset. I got them for free too, and I just could not. I could not eat them. It was the saddest thing ever. And so now it's like, well, what do you do when you're just recovering? You find something that you love to do. I've always thought about having a crochet or a knitting YouTube, but I like never actually like got around and did it. So now it's like, well, why don't I share what I'm doing? So I mean, and you can enjoy watching this with me. You can think it's funny, or you can completely ignore me. That's okay. If you have any type of questions about having a tumor, I would love to answer them. It's kind of funny living here with this and kind of having it right up in here, hanging out with me. All right, so that was row 1. So chain done and row 1 done. That took me 12 minutes, but that's okay because it is still possible. So for row 2, she is saying chain 2, 1/2 double. So 1/2 double crochet in each of them, chain 1. All right, let's see if I can do this because it does look kind of funny. It looks a little funny if you ask me. I'm going to chain 2, so I have 1, not that one, 2. So again, just chaining, and I do flip it around. And so the first thing, so I have my chain, and now for my half. So what you do for your half is you're going to wrap it around and stick it in there. Bring it back around that piece. And now I've got 3. I'm going to put it back through those 2 and that one. Although part of me wonders if I just did a double. So I'm going to take that back out. I've been doing a lot of doubles. Okay, so I come through here, put it under 1. Okay. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and take it through all of them when it's a half. When it's a double, you do each individual one, like you do 2, and then you do 1. So I chain 2, 1/2 in each, and then I'm going to chain 1. Chain 1 to the end, join A, turn. So I have this nice little thing, right? I have this nice little pattern, and it is showing me to keep going in this funny looking pattern. Huh. Well, let's see how this turns out then. I think it should turn out okay, for the most part. I think this one, chain 2, 1/2 double crochet in each single chain, and chain 1 to the end of row. See, I think we just do it all. We're just gonna do it all. Make it look like a big V. And it'll look good. And it is starting to rain a little bit. So I might be ending this video soon. I just thought I'd update my followers what I'm up to right now. I did have a fairly long nap. It was pretty nice. A nice, fairly long nap. And as I get closer to the end of this particular washcloth, you just wait and see. I'll bring you to the end. So, but this pattern, so far, you know, on the bottom, it was like do a single one and do 3 and then skip one. And now it just says do half double crochets on every single one. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do it all the way across. And I'll come back with the video when I'm done. So we'll see how it turns out. And I should end up changing colors at some point. But it will go from looking like this little chain to something big zigzag. So I hope that you have a good time, and I'll see you soon.